Okay, chaps, let's get into it again. We have got another push workout today. I have 2 a week. This is number 2. Said that my training week starts on a Sunday. Today is Thursday. That is a nice amount of time for recovery. We had a rest day yesterday, and there's some cardio on the rest day. But you know, it's still bloody rest day, isn't it? So yeah, feeling fairly fresh going into this. I say I'm absolutely lying to every single person that is watching this, because I do not feel fresh. I think I had about 9 days without a new low weigh-in, and now I've had 3 in a row, with the most recent low weigh-in is 83.1 kg, which is nuts. Middle of last week I was 84.5 consistently. So I'm not sure what's changed. Nothing really has changed outside of pre-workout instead of Rice Krispies. I've finally got onto cream of rice. I am seriously on I'm on the absolute bodybuilding diet now of the 5 meals a day, cream of rice, oats, eggs. I don't eat meat. Haven't eaten meat in like 5-6 years. So that's the only thing that's different in any of this. So I eat fish instead of that. But honestly, I am completely and utterly indoctrinated right now. And yeah, so look, we've had a few new low weigh-ins, and that comes at a price. So you've got to pay the piper. And the price of that is your kind of fatigue in your legs. Just feeling a little bit wasted, in the sense of you're doing steps and your legs feel heavy and all of that. But that's not anything new to us. You know, we've been doing this nearly 30 weeks today. It follows a pretty similar structure to the earlier one in the week, being 2 lateral raises in the session. So the session starts with a lateral raise and then goes on to 2 presses. Last time it was the shoulder press first and then the chest press. And if you guess what we're gonna do for pure balance this time, it's gonna be the chest press first and then the shoulder press. No one can tell me there is not planning and foresight that has gone into this workout selection. Right, genuinely pretty, just incredibly simple. So after that, again, it's calf flies, big favourite, and then a couple tricep exercises. So for that, they're the only things that have changed in this recently. It's like a tricep dip machine, and what's the other one? And skull crushers, because before I was doing JM press and close grip press, and I'm new to posting here, right? But my physique is crazy shoulder and chest dominant. And my triceps I struggle with. So we changed around some of the exercises just so that my shoulders and chest will try and not get involved. I like not starting with the heaviest movement. I like starting with a lateral raise. I also like starting with, say, a chest fly back in the day. And you might look at this and think, that is woke nonsense. What are you doing? I implore you to try it. This is a brilliant exercise. It might look a bit of a faff to set up, and it can be a bit of a faff to set up, but when we're thinking about the mid-delt, I'm really just thinking about limiting momentum as much as possible. Something that you see people, I hate seeing people go heavy on dumbbell lateral raises, not controlling the weight, thinking they're sick for doing not even a lateral raise, a kind of shrug thing. It's something that genuinely really, really winds me up in the gym, probably more than anything else. So this, limit momentum as much as possible. Make sure you're actually targeting where you're trying to target. Then we go into what is the heaviest 2 exercises of the whole workout. Now this is a Panatta flat press. It's quite a unique bit of kit, I think. And a lot of the boys in my gym really don't like it, but I think this is brilliant. And in terms of retaining performance, as I've spoken about a few times, I've stayed on 2.5 plates here for a while. I started with a 5 on top of this. I eventually had to lose that in prep. But I've stayed 2.5 plates for 7 reps for quite a few weeks now. So I'm really, really trying to retain that. And it's hard. But the main thing when you're pressing, and the same for the shoulder press here, coming up next, is that pressing is all about position. It's all about position. That's one of the biggest things I learned in powerlifting. You know, people when they're doing a shoulder press, when they're doing a chest press, they'll worry about what their chest is doing and what their shoulders are doing. And if you just make sure your feet are rooted into the ground, I hate seeing people moving around, shifting loads, losing power output. Drive your big toe into the ground, create as stable a base as you possibly can, really dig your shoulders back into the pad that you're, whatever machine you're using, and create real stability. Have some tension in your glutes so that you are set up in the best possible position to press. And then after that, the pressing becomes the easy part. So that's always my thought on that. You know, focus on how to set up, how to put yourself in the best position to do the exercise in the most efficient manner. And for presses, I think that's so important. Here for a cuff fly, again, cuffs are back. My dad actually saw a video of me training the other day, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you just did all that free weight stuff." And no, I do a lot of machines. I do a lot of optimal things. I use cuffs a lot because I care about my joints. I care about longevity. Want to do this a long time, and I just find this massively preferable to using the D handles or using anything else. I like the position it comes to my arm. I've also trained through various injuries at times. I've had fractured wrists and this kind of thing, and these have just been a lifesaver to continue training. There's always a way around it. I saw a story by Jordan Peters the other day saying that, and I think that's yeah. There's a way around everything, and cuffs are just a really effective tool. They're one of the things in my gym bag that gets used the most. This is, as I was saying, a new exercise on the thing, because I've always had tricep dips in my plan, and I said to my coach, I really don't like tricep dips, one of my least favorite exercises, thinking he meant body weight dips. And there's a lot of Cali boys in my gym who are really impressive calisthenics athletes and lift crazy amount of dips, and I was like, I don't really fancy weighted dips, but if it's a machine like that, I can get on board with this. My first couple of weeks doing both of these movements. Again, skull crushers are not my favourite. I deal with a little bit of elbow pain, and these always really tend to aggravate it, but I was working in with one of the Cali boys who told me to go a lot narrower, and these felt good. So I think these are staying in, because this felt very nice. Keep it light on these, because like I say, that left elbow is not the best. It's not the best, it's not the worst. Towards my end of my time powerlifting, it was tricky going into nationals. It was touch and go on that elbow, and every session it felt like it was getting battered. And sometimes when I'm pressing heavy, I still can feel that. But yeah, the skull crushers are in. For a lot of optimal exercises, that's a real old gym head exercise, and it does feel nice. Felt a lot better going narrower. Back to the cuffs. What is that? They're in for now 3 exercises in this session. Like that is impressive. Like I said, they barely stay out of the gym bag. And this again, as I was saying on lateral raise earlier, I really can't stand seeing people going heavy on a lateral raise. It's probably my biggest gym pet peeve, is you can't control the weight, you're shifting it up, it's complete and utter ego. Whereas if you use cuffs and cables and do it in the manner shown here, you can't ego lift it, you can't use loads of momentum. You are actually going to be targeting the muscle that you want to, and obviously the weight we're using means absolutely nothing, other than the fact that you want to progress it over time. That's the only relevant metric. Here again, triceps, as I said earlier, it's probably out of the push workout. My chest and shoulders are strong points, and then my triceps are not really a strong point, because I don't think I'm the most effective trainer with them. So I'm really trying to get them as short as possible in this, and it's something I'm really trying to bring up for the next show. And then just to finish off here, got to have a little pump check. I think body weight here is around 84 kilos, and yeah, 4 weeks out for the next show.